I wasn't expecting flashing blue lights on my porch that morning. The cold slam of car doors, the radio chatter, the sound of boots on gravelet, all felt unreal. 2 deputies walked up our driveway with their hands resting on their holsters, and my stomach dropped. There was only one person who could have caused this. She finally crossed the line, because this wasn't a noise complaint. It wasn't about trash bins or lawn height or property lines. My neighbor Karen had called 911 to report that my wife was trespassing at our own home. And the wild part? She had no idea my wife runs the state police force. We moved to this lakeside place 3 years ago, leaving behind decades of city life and stress. I inherited this land from my father. The cedar posts, the old boathouse, and that brass padlock on the gate. They've been here longer than I've been alive. This property isn't just dirt and lumber. It's history. It's breathing room. It's the only place I've ever felt at peace. Maria took her new position with state law enforcement right after we moved in. She's humble about her work, but when people found out she worked in policing, attitudes shifted fast. Some folks respected her. Some kept their distance. And then there was Karen, the kind of person who treats authority like a sport. She lived 2 houses down, self-appointed head of the HOA, and she acted like she ran the whole county. She measured porch lights with tape. She sent letters about mailbox colors. She once told me my flagpole was too patriotic. I didn't move here to fight anyone. I let most of it roll off, but Karen needed battles the way some people need attention. One afternoon, I was trimming branches along the fence line when I caught her taking photos of our front door. Not the house, not the yard, just the door itself, like she was documenting evidence. When I walked over, she didn't even try to hide it. "This neighborhood doesn't allow tenants," she said. "Whoever that woman is staying at your house, she needs to register with the HOA or leave." It took me a second to process what I heard. That woman is my wife. Her eyebrow twitched. "No, she's not. Ma'am, I've been married to her for 19 years. She folded her arms like she still didn't believe me. "Well, she's not in our registry. That makes her unauthorized occupancy. And we have rules." I leaned on my rake and just stared at her. I've met rude people, loud people, controlling people, but nobody had ever tried to evict my wife from her own home. "This property isn't part of your HOA," I said. "Our land is outside your boundary. You don't have any authority here." Her smile tightened. "We'll see about that." The weeks that followed were a slow-motion ambush. Notes taped to the door. Letters disguised as official warnings. Emails accusing us of violating rules that didn't apply to us. She even parked her SUV near our driveway to monitor who came and went. Maria stayed collected like she always does. But late one night, sitting on the porch with our coffee mugs, she finally exhaled. "I deal with gangs, politics, and corruption," she said softly. "But suburban power trips might be the hardest fight of all." I laughed, but she didn't. "This isn't about rules," she said. "It's about control." She was right. The breaking point came on a quiet Tuesday morning. I was at work. Maria was home after a late shift, just trying to drink her coffee and enjoy the silence. Karen stormed up the porch, banged on the door, and started shouting for Maria to leave the property immediately. Maria cracked the door open, just enough to speak. "I'm asking you to leave. This is private property." Karen got louder. "HOA bylaws, county codes, fines. Eviction threats, the whole act." Then she pulled out her phone and dialed 911. She told the dispatcher a dangerous unknown woman was occupying a home and refusing to leave, and then claimed Maria was possibly armed. That lie could have gotten someone killed by the time I got home. Patrol cars were already in the driveway. One deputy stood near the cruiser. The other was halfway up the steps talking to Maria. Karen stood off to the side, narrating the situation like she was filming a documentary. "She won't show ID," Karen said. "She's hiding something." I stepped up between them, hands out. "That's my wife. She lives here. Her name is on the deed with mine. Karen pointed at Maria without blinking. Then why isn't she in the HOA database? I snapped a little. Because we aren't in your HOA. Our land isn't under you. How is this still confusing? The deputies exchanged a look. I could tell the pieces were falling into place. One turned to Maria. Ma'am, could we just see some identification? Maria stayed calm as ever. She handed over not just her ID, but her credentials. The deputy's posture changed instantly. Respect. Realization. A bit of embarrassment. He turned to Karen. Ma'am. This is the director of state police operations. Karen's jaw went slack. They didn't arrest her, but they came close. They warned her for misuse of emergency services, harassment, and filing a false report. If she ever called 911 again for anything non-emergency, she'd face charges. Then the deputy asked Maria a question that hung in the air. Do you want to file a report? Maria paused, not out of fear, but principle. No, I just want peace. That's who she is. Strong without needing to prove it, Karen stormed off. No snark, no comebacks, just silence. The next week, the neighborhood felt different. No emails, no notes. She looked away when driving past. A few neighbors finally came over, admitting she bullied them too, but they were afraid to step up. One older gentleman said, She pushes people because no one ever pushes back. You two finally did. Maria smiled, but I could see the exhaustion. A month later, Karen moved out. No goodbye, no dramatic exit, just a truck in the morning and an empty driveway by sunset. The lake felt peaceful again. Some nights, sit on the porch with a cup of coffee, watching the flag sway gently above the gate my father built, and I think about how close things came to going wrong that day, not because of danger, but because someone couldn't stand not being in control. The lesson stuck with me. Sometimes the people shouting the loudest about rules are the UHEs, ones who need boundaries the most. Have you ever dealt with a neighbor or HOA like this? Share your story in the comments. I read every one. If you believe home should mean peace, not control, hit subscribe. Let's stand up for what's right together.